It's another fantastic night. And time check inside Asia is around 9:32. And right now in India, time is around 8 p.m. And in West Africa, time is around 2:30 in the afternoon. So, guys,
Yeah.
all across, we welcome
Yes.
you. Wherever you may be watching from, yeah, you're also welcome. You are also welcome. Yeah, so today I have with me Victor, popularly known as Victor. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. It's always a pleasure meeting people, new people, and you're not new to me because I've been watching your videos forever. So you're absolutely not new to me. You're pretty popular, actually. Believe it or not, in India, we watch your YouTube shows a lot. So you're pretty popular in my country, my brother. And you make
Gradually,
amazing video
gradually.
content. So I must salute you for that. You have amazing video content on your YouTube channel. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
making such
thanks so
informative
much.
videos and amazing stuff. Really, thanks a
Yeah,
lot,
I
brother.
think
Thank you
I
for
have
inviting me on this show.
I have some guys from India. I even asked them to watch the video. Sambu, if I watch it, shout out to you. Sambu is from India. He's watching from India. I have other people watching
Of
from
course.
India. We are trying to put out
Yes.
a realist content as much as possible, things which
Yes.
are real, far from
Yeah.
what other people will be putting out, which may not necessarily be true. We are trying to put out what is actually the case and the situation,
Yes.
and that's exactly what we are doing over here.
Sure.
So let's talk about you. Um,
Yes.
what time did you migrate from India to?
Well, you see, I migrated. I pretty much migrated this year from India all the way to Vietnam. Like my entire premise was that I had to come here. I had to work here as an ESL because you see, my master's degree was originally in computer science. So I used to teach computers for to mostly kids. So and I
In
used to also
India,
teach
in
English.
India.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mostly,
So
mostly,
so so
mostly.
so you never
Yes.
schooled out of India?
No, I used to work online. You see, I worked online. I trained people from Russia, from Europe, from Japan, from Vietnam. I've trained a lot of people over the years. I mostly use Zoom, Google Meet, and mostly Klassen. So I've used a lot of online tools. I use a lot of AI when I teach. So, and apart from that, of course, my own knowledge of the vocabulary and my own knowledge of the English language and computer science, I use it all in order to teach. Now, I've known the nitty gritties and the intricacies of how to teach these students, you see,
No,
because
no, no,
Japanese
no,
students,
easy, easy. We are going to get there. I'm asking
yes,
because I feel you have a very good accent. Now, most Indians
is it?
have
You should tell me.
most, yeah, most Indians have a typical kind of accent that the moment you hear,
Just
you're
a
able
minute,
to know
brother.
no, this
Just a
person is
minute.
from India. And I think over the years, I've
Connect my
spoken to a lot of
Bluetooth
Indians.
speaker.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Let me remove this. All right. So I'm back now.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can speak to me now.
Very good. So I'm saying that mostly you speak to somebody. If the person is from India, really you get to know. But then I've met two people. I mean, one guy, Sambu, who is here to come here, and you. Your accent
Thank
doesn't.
you.
If you don't tell me that you are from India, I won't be able to know that you are from India. That's what I'm asking.
I don't know. Most people who look at me guess pretty accurately that I'm from India. You would think that way, but the Vietnamese are pretty smart. They figure out. They look at you and they go, "Hey, aren't you from Ando?" I'm like, "Yeah, you figured it out. I'm from there." They mostly figure it out because of the rings I wear, or maybe because of the overall look of me. So they are able to figure it out. We would
Okay.
think that way, but we could figure it out. But yeah, I
All
do
right.
understand where you come from. I understand because the accent is different, and the whole
Okay.
look. Since I've changed it up a little bit, he maybe looks different, but yeah, no, they can still figure it out.
Yeah, sure. So let's talk about what really made you to migrate from India to Vietnam.
Well, for one, I was looking at migrating to mostly three countries. But look, I wouldn't. It would be wrong on my part to say that it was always my plan to migrate to Vietnam. That would be absolutely ridiculous. My original plan was to either migrate to Japan or Russia or Vietnam. Okay, I had three countries on my radar. So initially, I had learned the basics of Russian, like very very minute basics. The same goes for Japanese, very minute basics, and the same goes for Vietnamese. Very minute Vietnamese. So like say hi or goodbye or thank you, very basic stuff. So now when I decided to come to Vietnam, obviously my father wanted to come with me because he wanted to see all these. He's retired now, and he worked at a pretty high position back in his day in my country. He was the dean of instruction for the entire south of India. So he was a pretty well known and well respected person, and
Oh,
he
I see.
retired. And he's a PhD in botany, and my mother is a PhD in chemistry. So
Oh,
they're all very well educated. My grandfather is a PhD in English. So I
wow.
come from a rather well educated family, and I'm probably the only one in my family without a PhD. So there's a lot of pressure on me to do my PhD. So, well, that aside, though, I always had a interest and a penchant for English. I'm okay with computer sciences, but I always loved languages a lot. So I was giving it a thought. I thought, all right, let me teach languages because I'm pretty good. And I have a pretty good IELTS score too. I have two nines in my IELTS.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised because you speak so well. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes, and I
Yes.
did pretty well at my British Council test and even my American Duolingo test. I got more than 90%. So my mother and my father both said, why don't you go try it and give it a shot? So then my parents were very supportive. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna start with Vietnam. I'm gonna give it a shot. So I came to Ho Chi Minh City with my dad. We went around, we toured around. So my father loved it. He was like, you got to settle down here. We come visit you every time we have time, and if you're settling down here. So I tried to be in Ho Chi Minh City for a while because I mostly stayed there for my IELTS exam. I took it in Vietnam. I
Oh,
highly encourage everybody, whoever is coming to Vietnam, to please take the exam here in Vietnam. Do not try to take it outside of Vietnam. It's such a waste and such a pain because you have to then get it re-notarized and re-authenticated. It's all a waste. If you want to come work in a foreign country, remember, take the IELTS in that country, in the country where you want to work. It makes things much simpler.
but when you take the out in Vietnam, you don't get to notarize it.
You can absolutely. I notarized most of my documents while before I came to Vietnam. See, I came to Vietnam very well prepared. I didn't make the move just like that. I did not just switch over. You see, I had a very good plan. When I started out with my marks cards, my degree certificates. I had my bachelor's degree, my master's degree, my experience letter, my health checks for COVID because I took my vaccine shots. I had all the documents that I needed. I had them I had them attested through 5 steps, by the way, because in India it's a very meticulous process. You have to get it attested through your local government, which is your state government. Then you have to go to the central government. Then you have to go to the Ministry of External Affairs, and then the Hague stamp, which is going to make your documents valid in
Authentic.
over 100 countries. And then you have to go to the Vietnamese embassy at the end. So it's a 5 step process for you to
Oh,
get here.
in India.
Yes. Yes, it is. It's a high because you see, in my country, I don't know about the rest of the world. Maybe they take it as seriously, maybe perhaps even more seriously. But in my country, our ideology is the best of the people need to go outside. The best, because we're like representatives of our country, all right? So when you leave your country, you represent your country. So you have to be the best face put forward for your country, be it anything. So that's why they have a lot of checks and balances. They want to check and they want to make sure everything's accurate. They want to make sure that all your degrees are real. They want to make sure that all your certificates are real, and then you can go out.
I see. So what year did you relocate to Ho Chi Minh, and from there transitioning from India to Vietnam? How did life
No,
treat
this
you?
year,
Was it
this
very
year,
easy?
literally this year. I'm not even kidding you. Literally in 2023. You see, I had 10 years of experience before I came here. All right. So I worked for 10 years, mostly online. So now I got bored of it, and I was like, I'm not really looking to have a career here in India. I want to do something outside, because I wanted to see the world. It's not just about working, not just about money. It's also about seeing the world. You see, some people have that interest. Some people want to go. They just want to
Yeah.
go, have fun, look at the world. Look, now when I came here to Ho Chi Minh City, right? I met so many people from so many different countries. I met people from South Africa, Nigeria, Ethiopia. I met people from Switzerland. I met people from Germany. I met people from America. My best friend is Italian American here in Ho Chi Minh City. His name is Ethan. Ethan, if you're watching, hi, and hi to your entire family. So you see, I love them all. And now when I came here to this place near Danang, my best friend's a Nigerian guy. All right. His name is Messi, and I hope
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
watching. Because Messi, if you're watching,
yeah.
hi to you
Mercy.
too. So you see,
Yeah.
that's it. I made these wonderful connections. When I came out of my country, and this is what we come out for. We come out for personal connections, to grow as people, to experience cultures, and to know about other people, know about other languages. That's what we come here for.
So let's see. I mean, how did life treat you once you got into Vietnam? Did you were things very smooth? Because often we hear stories of people being bullied, people being how was the transitioning?
Well, I'll give you a detailed account of everything. You see, Vietnam's an amazing place, no doubt. Okay, it's technologically advanced. Now, given, of course, my country is probably a notch above, technologically speaking, because we are kings at IT. You cannot beat us, and I'm not even gonna say that without, it's like not even being said with a sense of entitlement. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that as a fact. We are the kings of IT, absolutely
Mm,
the kings of IT. All
I would
right.
doubt
So
that.
now, no, yeah, absolutely. No one can doubt that. We've proven it. Now, apart from that, the only thing is, see, I came to Vietnam personally to experience this country because I wanted to know what was outside of my country. I was always curious. Okay. Now, coming here, I experienced their food. I experienced banh mi. I experienced banh kun. I experienced all the various foods. Now, I'm vegetarian. Okay. I'm on chai, as they say here. I'm chai. So I came here to experience all the vegetarian cuisine, to have their coffee, because I had heard so much about Vietnamese coffee. So I came here to experience that. I also came here to experience the people. And of course, I did experience that as well. I found a lovely person. So, yes, I experienced a lot of wonderful things here in Vietnam, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of this country. And now, see, of course, like every experience, you're going to have positive experiences, you're going to have
And
negative
then negative.
experiences.
So I
You're
want you
going to
to
have
share
all of
some
them.
of your negative experiences
Oh,
before
of course
things
I
became
can.
as they
I
are
can. I
now.
can. Of course I can. Hands down, I can. See, you see, now I'm not saying this as a way to vilify this country, because this country is beautiful. All right, its
Of
system
course.
is beautiful. Its people are beautiful. Everything about this country is beautiful. It's click clock perfect. You see, like every country, there are bad actors. All right, let's never
Hmm.
forget that. And there were bad actors even in Ho Chi Minh City. Like, it's a city, after all, it's a big city, it's a metropolis. So you're gonna find people who are gonna be like that. Now, I remember very clearly in District 11, there was this one gentleman. Now, obviously, I'm not going to start a fight and take his name, but you should know there are people like this. I will tell you what happened. So we were sitting in a room full of people giving a demo lesson. So this guy comes up and he's like, your accent is immaculate, perfect, but bleach your skin. I was like, what? Are you mad? Are you crazy? Have you lost your mind and gone nuts? Why would I do that? I just smirked at him and I was like, okay. And I walked out of there. But surprisingly enough, most of the people who were in there, the French, the Russians, South Africans, they saw that. They all walked out with me and they came up and said, they apologized to me on his behalf. They were like, we're sorry we came so this. And they walked out. Not one person worked for that guy. And I know that for a things are changing. All right, things are absolutely changing. People are not going to take that forever. It's not going to happen forever. You can say that. You can post all those ads you want, white skin required, European required, all of that. But you see, you gotta know, when you start talking like that, when you start talking in such a discriminatory way, first, you're breaking the law.
Hmm.
If we take screenshots of that and forward it to the police, you're done. That's point one. Second point, you can't do that and keep it up because no one's going to come work for you.
Sure.
You see? No one's going to come work for you. See, they know if you can discriminate on one thing, you can discriminate on another basis tomorrow.
Mm.
You can just say, oh, but you're not Vietnamese, so we won't treat you right. They know. People are wise, my friend. People are wise. They don't keep up with that.
I
And
see.
see, as much as most people make white people to be like these, differently treated people, I know for a fact that everyone's having it hard. Everyone's having it hard one way or the other. You know, people feel like, they get a different treatment, but I know for a fact their pressures are different. There are sales and marketing pressures on those guys. You know, they literally are, in a way, the marketing material at an organization, because that's all about image. It's all about advertising image. They're like glorified models in a way. So there's that pressure on them. So everyone has pressure one way or the other. Everyone has pressure. I feel bad for, people who think, like, some people entitled, some people are not entitled. Everyone's having it one way or the other. It's just that, look, you need to know how to protect yourself. You need to know how to project yourself, and you
Mm-hmm.
need to know what your expectations are, and you need to set that straight with whoever it is you're working for. If you set that straight, if you hold your ground, you're going to get respected for it. It will always be respected. And first thing, never, and this is my advice to everybody, never go to foreign country with fake documents, with anything that is fake, with anything at all that you're doing which is illegal. Please don't do it. It's my humble request. Because look, all my degrees are verifiable. My IELTS score is verifiable. My American score is verifiable. My TESOL, which is from London, is verifiable. Everything is verifiable and stamped with barcodes. So please come with legal documents. That's all I request everyone. Don't get yourself into trouble and, lose face for your country, get into problems with the law. Just don't do that. It's not worth it. And definitely don't read the posts online that say a certain color can work here. Don't believe
But
that.
but
That's
but but
nonsense. That's
I
utter
mean, is that not
nonsense.
true? Is that not true?
No, it's not. It's being done to propagate a stereotype, and it's false. I would say absolutely it is fake. Because you see, I know for a fact that there are a lot of Africans who work here, a lot of Indians, brown skinned Indians who
Yeah.
work here, and a lot of people who are white who work here, a lot of Asians from Japan who work here, Koreans who work here. Why not? Who says that you can't do? Look, it's all about your skill, your talent, and your certifications. That's it. Period. All right. Now, I'm not saying if you have certifications or if you have this, if you have that, you're gonna be a absolutely successful. Look, let me be honest, okay? I've seen kids who are absolutely difficult to handle. I've seen kids who are impossible to handle. I've seen kids who are easy to handle. I've seen the lot of them, okay? Over the years, I've taught thousands of them. So my advice is very simple. When you're with the kids, try to be their friend. Okay, try to be good with them, because maybe some of them have a heart. I will give you an experience that happened with me. So we were talking about a topic. This was, I won't take the name of the kid, but this was in grade 7. So we were talking about what have you lost. You'll be shocked at what the kid shared with me. Okay, he came up and said he lost his dad, and then he cried and he hugged me. You said this, you have to be prepared for this as a teacher. And then there was another grade where I found out that one of the kids who was absent lost his mother to cancer. So your life will not prepare you for these kinds of things, but they will happen. Okay, try to be friendly with the kids. I always say this, and grow a stone skin. Because there will always be critics. There will always be people who speak nonsense. Ignore them or give it back. Because if you have the knowledge, you have the experience. Don't take crap from anyone.
Hmm.
Always stand your ground. Period. And always do your best. That's it.
Okay.
Forget the rest.
So thanks so much. So now let's see. We've heard a lot of articles that say that recently there are a lot of Europeans and white colored
Yes.
people who keep coming to
Yes.
Vietnam. I mean, getting work currently. What is that truth about that?
I'll tell you one thing, okay? There's a lot. See, have been going around, coming around, going out of the country. This has been happening for thousands of years. It's not new. It's been happening for ages. It's not like the Europeans suddenly discovered Vietnam and everyone's coming here. No, it's been happening for ages. See, people have been going and coming in and out of Europe for ages now. Japan, America, India. For God's sake, they've been going and coming everywhere. People go there to work. People go there to enjoy. And look, some people stay there temporarily. Some people go to Thailand. Some people go to Cambodia. It's normal. It's very normal. I don't know why there's so much of a hype. And look, yeah, partly it's true because Ukraine and Russia have a war going on. Unfortunately, that maybe I feel pain for both sides of that war. Some people side with some side or the other, but I know people have died on both sides. Okay, and it's very painful. It's very painful. I feel bad for both sides. And look, people are people. Political decisions are different thing, but people are people, and they've all suffered. You know, maybe some more than others, but they all suffered, and maybe they're coming here, okay, to avoid that war. Yeah, maybe that's true, but that's okay.
Okay.
See,
All
my
right.
my only point is, if you're coming here, please don't fake, fake yourself as someone who has a skill you don't have. That's all I'm saying. Look, if you cannot teach English, don't teach English. Maybe teach maths, teach science, teach something else you're good at. Just don't teach something you're not good at. Look, for example, when I'm speaking English, see, I teach speaking and reading when it comes to English because I'm really good at it. I'm actually good at it. My intonation, my accent, my vocabulary, everything is proper. Okay, I can teach it to someone. Okay, teach skills you're good at. But then again, I feel if you're Vietnamese, if you're African, doesn't matter. If you're good at English, teach it. Go for it. Go for it. And maybe, learn. No one's perfect, okay? But at least be acceptable at it. At least be acceptable at it. Then it's going to be okay.
Okay. Now let's look at the certifications. Previously we
Yes.
knew that you just get your university degree,
Excuse me.
your C1, and then your TEFL
Yes.
or your SELTA or
Yes.
your. Now we've heard that the Vietnamese education are
I
trying
knew that was
to
coming.
bring
I knew
in
that question was coming.
to bring in that. Are you aware of that? And what is your take about
I
that?
am aware of that. Look, it's like this, okay? First of all, you have to understand, you're in Vietnam, all right? It will take a while for them to implement that. It's a big country, my friend. There are a lot of schools. It will take a while for them to implement it, all right? And look, what's to say? And have you read that article in its entirety? It
Yeah,
says the centers and the schools may administer that by themselves.
yeah,
So that
yeah.
means your center holds the key to the paperwork.
Hmm.
Well, what does that mean? That means that they could just say, all right, he's been working for us for a long time. We'll just mark the next 160 classes and we'll observe him and we'll give them the paperwork. I mean, what else can you do? Look, it's like this. Now, first of all, there are a lot of unknowns about this. One, now we're working. Now we have work permits. We are working. All right, we have a job. Can we?
Yeah.
Can they give us this course online? Can we do it online? If so, when? At what time? How many hours in a week? All of these are unknowns. You see, there are a lot of parameters to that to that article. So that's why I say it's gonna take a while. Look, I don't see it getting fully implemented in the next at least 5 years, give or take. That's at least my view. It could happen really soon. If it does, it's okay. It's just one more certificate. I will take another certificate. Good for me. It's just another notch for me. Look, I take things positively. I tell everyone, take things positively. It's okay. If it's another certificate, great. It will give
We'll
you
take
another
that.
thing to brag. Look, if you go to another country, you can say, hey, I went to Vietnam, I have another certificate. It's great for me, man.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And recently, the educational department have also said that English used to be a compulsory subject, and that was Vietnamese.
Look, there was an article today. Kwaku, there was an article today. I think
Okay.
most Vietnamese should read that from VN Express. It was about a guy who was earning $300 here in Vietnam. Went to Europe, did his IELTS, went to Europe, now earns 72,000 euros. Look at the difference in his pay grade. Look at the difference that he. See, it's like this. The demand for English is never going to die out. The reason
Mhm.
is Canada, America, New Zealand, Australia, most of Europe, all right, Britain, all these countries, they use English, my friend. And when you have to go there to study, you will need English. You cannot escape it. You cannot
Mhm.
escape English. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell everyone this. You cannot escape the language. It is an international business language. Look, I'll give you a simple example. A Chinese and an Indian are sitting together. As much as that may raffle feathers, we're sitting together. We're trying to talk business. He can't understand Hindi. I can't understand Chinese. All right, we need interpreters in most cases, or we could both learn English and we could talk. Okay, and when the product comes to my country, we want it to be in English. You cannot escape it. You need it for business, you need it for manufacturing, you need it for tourism, you need it for a job abroad, you need it for your school programs, for your thesis papers, for everything, for research, everything. You cannot escape the language. It's impossible. They will always have to learn the language. Whether they like it or not, they have to. It's inescapable. In this day and age, it's inescapable. And you see, here's the fact. Yes, maybe they made it an optional subject. But do you think people are going to stop studying the subject? I don't think so. Because they still need it for scholarships at their university. They still need that. They still need it for going abroad and getting some grants there. So then what will they do? You see, you cannot escape the language, my friend. You cannot. No matter how much you try to circumvent that or do whatever it is, you need the language. The demand for a language will always be there. See, as long as human beings are there, you need a language, you need people. That's it. Be it Japanese, be it Korean, be it Chinese, be it whatever language, English will always be the number one business language of the world. Period.
So
Period.
you think they are only going around it, right?
It's like this. See, people want to promote other languages, that's great, but
Okay.
you cannot escape the universality of English.
Mhm.
English is a universal language. Everyone has to learn it. It links the world, like it or not. Question why is it like that or not, but the fact is that is the way it is. The world is connected by English. So you have to learn it. And there's nothing wrong in it. It's a language. Learn it. What's wrong in it? It's easier than Chinese and Japanese, I can tell you that. They have thousands of kanji characters and pinyin characters, man. They are difficult to write with the stroke order and everything. It's very hard. It's easier to learn English. At least that's my viewpoint. Maybe others hold different views. But I
I,
feel that
I
it's
I
easier to learn
I think
English.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you. So I mean, recently there's also been a spike in other people, let's say other Africans, trying to come to Vietnam. I mean, the
Yeah,
likes of my fellow countrymen, Ghanaians,
yeah.
Nigerians, other people, um, and you've attested that you see a number of them.
Well, see, it's like this. I feel anyone who has the skill is welcome to come anywhere or go anywhere. It's their choice. We are no I'm nobody to question that. Okay. My only request to everyone is maintain a standard. Don't take substandard offers. Don't make a place cheap. Don't reduce the economy. Because you see, when you accept nonsensical pay rates, when you take up desperation offers, what they do to you is they basically exploit you. You see, you get exploited. Don't get exploited. What's the need for you? All right, don't get exploited. Look, there's always a better opportunity waiting somewhere else, doing something else. Just do that. It's all right. Okay,
So,
but just
so,
don't make you know
so, how then do you do that? So it means you always have to wait patiently, have all your document
I will
authenticated.
tell you. I will tell you. I will tell you why that problem is occurring. I will tell you, brother. You see, there is a lack of planning. I will tell you. What is going on is people are desperate to escape something. Now they just decide to pack bags and move. Now you see, what I feel is if you're taking a big step, like moving to a country so far away from your land, see, Europe or probably Middle East is closer. If you're going to move all the way to you have to be prepared. Look, when I left India, do you know how much of preparation I did before I came here? I did a lot of prep, brother. I made sure my passport was having enough time on it so that it doesn't expire and I have a contract. Okay, I had to look at that. Then I had to make sure my bachelor's and my master's degree were properly attested. I had to make sure that my experience letter was attested. I had to make sure my certification exams were done. I had to make sure that the exam was scheduled during the time of my visa. I had to get my e visa. Then I had to make sure that once my e visa expired, which other country did I have to go to? I went to Cambodia, right? So then I went to Thailand. So I had to make sure I planned everything right. Okay. And I spoke to a lot of people before I went there. Okay, I got into touch with a lot of agents, a lot of people before I went there, and I went there with a couple of my friends and my father when I went there. See, I went there step by step. I didn't just decide, okay, I'm gonna take some money, take some documents, run. No, I planned it out.
So
That's
essentially, you are
what's
saying
lacking.
that people who wish to come teach should plan. They should plan
Yes,
for some time.
yes, yes, 100% they should plan. They should. They should. Because look, at the end of the day, if you don't plan and you just walk out and you run out to a different place, what's going to happen? What will happen is you will be desperate. You will be in a situation wherein you did not come prepared. You don't have a lot of money. You don't have all your documents in order. You don't have a lot of things. As a result, what will people do? Like they will do that to you anywhere in any country at all. They will take advantage of you and they will exploit you. It's human nature. That's what people will do anywhere. All right. It's not about ethics or morality. It's just human nature to try to exploit and get the better of the situation. I'm not saying I condone that or I say that's okay to accept, but I'm saying there is a possibility people will do that to you. And most of the times that is the case. All right. Now they tried to do that with me. What did I do? I said no. I said that flat on their face. No, you will not exploit me. You will not tell me my skin color matters or doesn't matter. Look at my skill. You think you can speak better than me? Go ahead, prove me wrong. There you go. You can call me a bit arrogant for saying that, but it's okay. I'm confident in my skills and my abilities. So you see, when someone says your abilities are determined by some XYZ factor, which is a non-factor, like my skin tone, I would laugh at them. I would be like, what? Have you lost your mind? You're gonna pay me less, or you're not gonna give me a work permit, or you're gonna do some kind of illegal nonsense with me because of my skin tone. I'm gonna take that? No. Bye bye. See ya.
I
That's
see.
it. Be
I see.
confident. You can get that
Okay.
confidence only when you plan well. You
All
see,
right.
otherwise you can't.
So I'm going to come to my next question, which has to do with the fact that I know that can you ever become a citizen of Vietnam? That's the question people are asking. But before that, let me read. Let me read. Oh, hold on. This is
Yeah.
Olamide Olusegun says, "Salute, brother." He's watching from Nigeria. Patrick Avolu
Salute, brother.
says, "Greetings, sir." He's watching from Ghana.
Greetings.
Nofundo Ngonkobo. Oy, I joined late. I don't know about which
It's
country are you
okay.
watching from. Ike Dufe say congratulations. I don't know whether to you or to
Thank
me.
you.
And Maitro Golubiv is asking if it is sunny. Is it sunny?
It's not, brother. It's raining. It's raining hard here.
What is the degrees? Because in the north of
Oh,
Vietnam,
it's
it's
cold,
so
brother.
cold.
It
Is it
is
around?
cold, brother. It is very cold up
But
here. Yeah, it is cold, dear.
you are wearing just a shirt and
Excuse me. I'm coming down with some. No, it's cold, man. It's. I think it's somewhere around 20 to 15 degrees, somewhere around that temperature. It's very cold. I
yeah,
can
very
assure you, it's
cold.
very cold.
Very cold. So it and the time is around 5 minutes after 10 in the evening right
Oh my
now.
lord.
It's afternoon in Ghana, it's evening in India. This one says that
Yes.
Eddie Blanks is a
Yes.
Ghana has collapsed for good. Glad I moved from there. It's horrible. Oh my god.
Well,
Stop kidding me, man.
I know. It's my sympathies. If it has, I always feel sympathetic. And this is just my personal opinion. Africa is a great place. Okay, it's
Of
an
course.
amazing place.
Yeah, it
We
is. It
all, at
is.
least I feel because I have friends. And part of my ancestry also traces back all the way to Ethiopia. I feel, I feel that people in Africa need unity.
Of
Unity,
course.
mainly
Of course.
unity. You need to get united. You need to stand up as one. I think it's time for Africa, and I will make this point, to get united as one country. I will
Of
say this.
course. Of
All
course. The
states in
African
Africa
continent.
must become states and join to make a federal republic Africa, like we made a federal republic
Exactly.
in India. I think it's time
Yeah.
for that. I
We
think
have.
it's time for
And
that.
next time, Kama says that hello, watching from Ghana. Okay, guys, so drop
Hello.
all your questions. I'm going to read them. So I see you love Vietnam. I think you are wearing a Vietnam t-shirt.
Yes, of course I am. I love this country.
So I mean, you didn't just come to Vietnam to teach. What else have you gained? I mean, are you getting married? You already have a wife in Vietnam?
Well,
What is happening?
Well, we will find out soon enough. Stay tuned. See, I do obviously like a girl from here. I do really like her a lot. So when I came to Ho Chi Minh City, I obviously my parents, my father, he went back, and I was alone for a long time. And I was obviously now I'm a guy, I'm single. Now I'm ready to mingle, so I'm gonna find someone. And I did. I looked around and I found somebody who was very good, very nice. She's very patient and very calm, and she is a wonderful speaker. She speaks English and she's
Oh,
Vietnamese, and she also knows Japanese rather well. And
wow.
her family, her family is modest. I wouldn't say they're too rich or too poor. They're modest people, and they're humble people, and they are very loving people, and they
Meaning
care
you
for me a
guys
lot.
are getting married very soon.
Well, we will see. Like I said, stay tuned. We will see. We will find out.
Okay, so we wish you get that very soon, and I mean,
I
get
hope so.
your. If you stay in Asia forever, you stay in Asia forever.
I hope
That's
so
up to you.
because this country is amazing. And coming back to the question about your citizenship, the question, yeah,
Yeah, is that
I will
possible?
tell you. I will tell you. I have a friend who's married to a Vietnamese lady who has a daughter who is applying for citizenship right this year. He's doing it this year. So he says the process is a very complicated one. So what he says is, first of all, I will tell you how you can get citizenship. One, you need to have a Vietnamese name. I have one. Okay, it's Nguyen Chien Thang. Okay, so it means victory or win. All right, that's what it means because that's what my name means in Sanskrit, Ajay, the person who cannot be defeated, or a person who wins, or victor. That's my name. That's how it translates, right? Now, here's my take. Okay, I have a Vietnamese name. Okay, I will learn Tiếng Viet or the Vietnamese language. I'll learn that. And I may even perhaps get married, so I have family links as well. All right. Next, what do I need more than that? After that, I need to apply to the local city ward. That's what my friend tells me because that's what's going on with him. You need to first get on a type TTTRC, a family sponsored TRC. Okay, here's the step. You need to leave Vietnam to another country. You need to then see what happens is when you come to Vietnam, you either come as a tourist and you cannot work here, and then you have the business visa, wherein you go outside the country and you come back, and now you're allowed to apply for a work permit and a temporary resident card, a TRC. Now, there are two types of TRC: work related TRC and a spousal TRC. There are two TRCs. Spousal TRC is kind of like a green card. Okay, a company does not invite you, your family invites you. So you come here, you get a exemption for 5 years, and you get to stay here. And then in during that time process, that is when you can apply for citizenship and naturalize yourself. If you stayed here for a certain time period, you get exemptions if you're married to a person locally. Now, in order to do that, you obviously need to learn their language or find a person or whatever it is. It takes time. All right. So now be careful when you're marrying a person here, all right, like anywhere else, because obviously, there are bad people, there are good people, and you have to be careful when you marry someone. It's a lifelong decision, so be very careful when you take that decision. Again, my advice would be, don't marry for a green card, don't marry for that TRC. Marry someone you really love. That's it. But that's about it. But there are advantages.
Anyway, for those of you having sweet lovers here, I mean, I wish you all the best of luck. I mean, you guys will take the lead, and when we'll see if we
Quaco,
can.
I actually want to ask you a question. Are you married?
No, I'm single.
Are you looking at some Vietnamese girls locally?
Not now. Not now. I'm
Not
not.
now.
I don't have any that I'm looking, but I'm also single.
Do you
So
do you have anybody back home in Africa
no,
that you like?
no. I don't have
No
anybody back
childhood
home. I don't.
crushes?
Yes, I don't have. I mean, you're watching me. I don't have. So I'm still looking. I mean, love is universal, you know. So if I
Now,
find
a
somebody,
lot,
I
a
believe.
lot of girls from back in your home country are gonna start commenting. Hey, do you
Ah,
remember me from the school days?
see you. All right, that was just by the by. So now let's see. I mean, in all, I hear there are a number of Indians in Vietnam, and
Yeah,
I've heard the story of Indians that Indians are so good. In fact, you have a very good story over here in Vietnam. You are an Indian, so probably you may have come across some of them. Do you have a number of Indians in Vietnam?
Yes, we do, and we have a group, and we do have a united community. We try to help everyone. Okay, uh, honestly speaking, I've personally helped a lot of friends from Ukraine, from Russia, from South Africa, wherever. And we look. My point is very simple. Whoever you are, if you're good to me, I'll be great with you. I'll help you. I genuinely help you. That's what I always say, and that's what I always do. If you're good with me, I'll be your best friend. If you're bad with me, I'll probably not talk to you.
Let's see. Do you have can you count the number of Indians? Do you have a very large number of Indians
Well, you
in
see,
Vietnam?
I'm sure there are at least more than 1,000 of them who permanently live here and work here. At least as a bare minimum, I'm almost 100% sure of that. And look, there are millions who come and go as tourists. Look, you have to understand, our country mostly prefers Thailand, Vietnam, Japan, all these countries as tourism destinations. Very few people and very rare people come actually to settle down and work. Most of them come here if they have some familial connections, or if they want to, they're really curious about the country and they really want to work here, they come here. But most of us prefer America, Australia, Canada, Europe. And I'm just telling you the facts. This is just the way it is, you know so yes, that is
Okay,
how they are. But
it
yes, I
is.
do know for a fact that there are at least 1,000 people from my community who do stay
Wow,
in Vietnam permanently, and many of them are married to local women. So yeah, that is a case. Yeah.
wow. So I mean, there are also a number of Indians who anticipate coming to Vietnam either to teach or for touristic purposes. Some of them because
Mostly
of
for
my,
tourism.
my YouTube reach out to me. So these guys who are watching, today for instance, one Indian reached out to me that he wanted a teaching position. He
Mhm.
advertised on Facebook and he was bullied online by some white guy. So
Oh,
what
that.
I want you to take them through and then the
I,
process and
well,
what they should do.
I'm just gonna say this: social media is toxic. All right, social media is toxic. There are people who will just bully you for fun, for kicks. Okay, first of all, just like I said, grow a stone skin. Ignore people and mean comments. Ignore people. Look, they're not controlling your life. They're keyboard warriors. They're sitting at their home typing something because they got nothing better to do. So ignore those people. My point is very simple. If you want to get a job, first thing, make a checklist: degrees, certifications, work experience. Next, do you have the visa? What's your plan for the next 6 months? How much money do you need? Make a checklist first. After they have made the checklist, what all do you need to learn in English and what all do you need to teach? Alphabets, vowels, consonants, nouns, pronouns, adjectives, adverbs, and anything else, affixes, prefixes. What kind of things will you teach the kids? Will you teach them tenses? Will you teach them prose? Will you teach them poetry? Will you teach them essay writing? Will you teach them speaking? Will you teach them reading, writing, listening? Which skill will you teach them? Make a list, and then try to focus on at least two areas that you will master and you will teach them. All right, I decided to master reading and speaking. All right, so master it, but the other skills you must at least be at a reasonably acceptable level. If you can do this, yeah, you can teach. Why not?
And apart from that, you also said that in the beginning you were mentioning your certification process. That unlike we Ghanaians, you just have to legalize it in your Ghana Foreign Affairs, and then you get it to
Well, you
the.
see, well, it's like this.
So
See,
take us through the
you can
steps. What happens in India
see in my I can tell you about my country and what happens with my people. I don't know what the
exactly?
process is in other countries.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. So
sure.
tell me about India. Yes, yes.
Yeah. See, in my country, this is how it goes. You have to get a local notary seal. So it's like a local lawyer. You have to first get his seal. Then you have to go to the state government. So there's like a local provincial government. So you have to get their approval. Then you have to go to the central government. There is an office there. They will get you the seal. Then after that, you will probably get a Hague seal like mine. So it's a rainbow colored seal that gives you authority to present your documents in many countries, over 100 plus countries. Then finally, after you go to the Ministry of External Affairs and do all that, then you go to the Vietnamese embassy and get their approval. Then you come to Vietnam, not before that. No, there
So,
is a huge process.
I mean, let's take it one after the other. After getting your university certificate, your first step is that you go to the local or you find a lawyer.
No, see, this is how it goes. First, you find a lawyer, get it notarized. Then
Okay.
you go to the state government, get it sealed. Then you go to the central government, get it sealed. Then you go to the Ministry of External Affairs, get it sealed. Then you go to the Vietnamese embassy, get it sealed. Then you go abroad.
Do you have a Vietnamese embassy in India?
Yes, of course we have them. We have not just one, we have many of them. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And I mean, do you have an idea of the cost? Is it very friendly?
Well, you see, I can tell you about the cost for I could tell you about the cost for this particular certification agent that I used. See, I can tell you about how much I paid and what happened in my case. See, he decided to charge me a flat fee for a certain certificate. So he said, and it's obvious because he's doing a service, all right? It's not going to be cheap. So he said, look, for a document, I'll charge you like $100 or something. Yeah, I'll get everything done. But you will have to be present. You will have to present yourself with your passport because
Okay.
none of that stuff is illegal in my. I know a lot of agents who do illegal stuff, but the guy I know, he is like, you have to present yourself, bring passport size photographs, bring your passport, present yourself at the office. I will get you the right connections, but you will have to present original documents. If they're fake, you're on your own, and I will absolutely not support fake documents. And that was it. I went through with it, and I ended up getting all my documents in order, and then I decided to come here.
Now, after getting all your document, I mean, what will you advise? Will you advise that the person comes with a tourist visa to Vietnam and look for a
It's like this.
sponsor school, or they should
See,
stay back?
don't work on a tourist visa, guys. I'm being serious. They will catch you and they will punish you hard for that. Maybe some people are getting away with it, but trust me, I have seen how they catch people, and oh boy, I know what they do to them. So trust me, don't take that risk. Get on a business visa. It's possible to get at least a 3 month or a 12-month business visa. Get on that and work on that. That way you're legal, my guys. You can open your bank account. You can do a lot of things. Okay, maybe you don't have a work permit straight away. You can get one, by the way. It's not that difficult to get a work permit. It's pretty easy to get one. It's not that hard if you have the documents for it. I got a work permit, my friend. I have a work permit.
I know you will. Yeah, I know you will. And apart from that, let's also see. I mean, working on in teaching in Vietnam, is it worth it?
Yes, of course. See, it's like this. If you don't have a passion for teaching, it will never be worthwhile. If you have a passion for teaching, it will be worthwhile. 100%. See, for me, teaching is worthwhile because I appreciate teaching children. I love them. I love teaching children because, see, I find dealing with children to be a very personally fulfilling thing. All right. It makes my heart feel satisfied that I did something in my life. It's an achievement for me to see young kids grow, to see them learn something of value, and then pass out of the class. It's a personal decision to be a teacher. You have to have the passion for it if you're taking that step.
And
Absolutely, you need to have it.
how does it work? Is the system the same as back in India, how you guys teach in a class, or is a bit different?
It's different. I'll be upfront. It is different. Back in my country, look here. What I feel is, well, see, it's like a business here, and it is a business everywhere, but it's more so here. Now, obviously, with that comes some kind of expectation. Now, obviously, the children are to an extent a little bit more protected. I feel that sometimes, and it's kind of difficult to discipline them in such a case. But in my country, I will tell you, it's not a wrong thing, or I'm not saying that's a bad thing in some way. In some ways, it's good. In some other ways, it's bad. All right. For example, I will give you a simple example. Back in my home country, we used to have a real fear of the teacher. Real fear. Like,
Exactly, exactly, exactly in my
if our
country.
teacher walked in,
You
and
run
we were not
away.
behaving, oh boy, you had it that day. And they would call your parents that day. They would take turns. They would take turns, and they would set you right. The first the headmaster, then of course the teacher, and then of course your parents. There would be a 3-on-1 attack on you, and you would be sorted out that very day. So yeah, 100%. That's the case. But here it's more like, it's all right. It's the kids, I get it. See, but the thing is, at the end of the day, I've always been a firm believer of this. See, I'm a very strict teacher. All right. I don't mind if people call me out for it. It's okay. But by being a strict teacher, I'm disciplining the kids. and I'm making sure I set an example of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, and I'm making them good future role models and good future citizens. That's a responsibility as a teacher. All right, it's my ethic to do that. All right, and I'm proud of the work I'm doing here. I'm see, first of all, I'm giving them good education because one, I have the education I need to provide them that education, and two, I know exactly what I'm doing. So I feel like I'm doing my job well, you know. And I think personal satisfaction of that nature is very important when you're a teacher. You know, you need to know that you're doing a good job. You know,
And we also
100%.
hear that in Vietnam, when you are teaching, you have to blend it with a number of games. You don't have to go straight.
Oh, bruh. That. Well, see, I will be very honest with you, okay? I have taught kindergarten, all right? I've taught primary. I know exactly what they're talking about. See, this is my personal take. It's good to play games until a certain age. After
Okay.
that, focus on vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and conversation practice. See, the reason I say that is because you cannot play games all your life. I'm sorry, but that's a reality. When you go abroad to study or to live there or to work there, they will not come there and play a game with you like catch the ball or tell me the word or no, 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 no. They're going to say, tell me, what is this? And if you can, well, then you're done. So no one's going to come save you then. So the reality is, see, I'm okay up to grade 5, you can play those games. After grade 6 to grade 12, get serious, you know? That's my point. That's just my advice to everybody. And it's all right. Some people take it, some people say, no, you know, this, that, methodology, that. Well, I have my own methodology. My methodology is sit down and learn the words so that you don't get screwed over when you go abroad. That's it. That's my methodology. This is 101 with AJ. This is my methodology. Learn this because I got a lot of experience and I can tell you that this is my methodology. You know, and it works. It really works. Believe it or not, I've had students who've aced their IELTS exams because of that practice. You know, they've aced their English exams because of that practice. They've been from various parts of the world. They've been from Russia, they've been from Japan, they've been from Europe, France, and they've done well in their life. You know, it works. And see, I'm not completely against having fun in class. See, I'm not saying become really super strict and like don't have any fun. You can have fun. You can play some other things. Maybe you play audio visual clips, or maybe you show them pictures, or maybe you do something else. You know, there's other
Wow, that's
ways of going
beautiful.
about it.
That's beautiful. And AJ, you've also been here for some time now. Recently we've had report of people who are also coming into Vietnam for other opportunities. We've had some carpenters, we've had some mechanics, some who are drivers, some who are saying they want to. What's your experience with that? Apart from teaching for
I
foreigners,
don't know. I would just say that I don't know. Look, people come to various parts of the world to do various jobs. Depends on their skill level. Depends on their education level. All right. Look, if you come out of India or come out of any other country to work as, say, a mechanic or a driver, more power to you. All right. You wanted to come here and do that job, do that job, earn that money,
no,
be
no.
happy.
I just want to know: have you ever seen any person? Like I have never seen one. I have,
I have seen,
for instance,
I will tell you, I have seen Indian people work as chefs at Indian restaurants for
I mean
sure.
that is Indian restaurant, but
Yes,
I'm
but
I'm
apart from
asking
that, I
that
have seen them work at. I will tell you, I have seen them work as IT people at some companies. I've seen them work as some bank managers. I have seen them do other jobs, running a business, maybe some other jobs. Apart from that, if you're asking me about, say, lower rung jobs, I've not really seen a lot of them. No, not here in Vietnam, but maybe they could be there in other countries, maybe in the US or maybe UK, Australia, maybe some other country.
because I'm asking because I've recently had reports of some visa agent. I mean,
Okay.
convincing people to come here and go into, I mean, car
Right. Oh, you
riding.
see, like I said, there will always be people who will try to exploit you, and if you're not knowledgeable enough, you will get exploited. Well, first of all, I condemn such people. Whoever are trying to bring in people illegally or doing something illegally, I condemn it. I don't support that. That's absolutely nonsensical. People should report them, and obviously they should be caught and thrown behind the bars that like they absolutely should be. Now, apart from that, no, I think Vietnam is a relatively safe place. It has
Yeah.
very good rule of law. I would not worry about that too much because eventually people who do wrong things like that tend to get caught and tend to go and go to the places that they deserve to go to, to prison. So it's all right. I think Vietnam is doing an absolutely fantastic job maintaining the law and order situation here, hands down.
AJ, thank you so much for being a part of the show tonight and accepting
Always a
to
pleasure,
be
brother.
on my live
Always a
stream.
pleasure.
What is your final words to your Indian
My
community or your
My
friends?
final words is, people, you stay happy, stay smiling, do the right things, stay positive, present a good image of India because India is an awesome country. And also to all my brothers and sisters watching across the world, we all love you, all right? I love you all. And Kweku is an amazing guy. Watch his channel, subscribe to his channel, like his videos, share his videos, and most importantly, stay happy and keep smiling. That's it.
Thank you. I'll be waiting for your wedding very soon when you give me an invitation to
100%. Oh,
the ninth
100%. I'm
wedding.
definitely calling you. 100%. And we'll have a video that day.
Of course, I'll come and video everything, of course. Yeah,
100%.
I
All
will.
right.
I will. Thank you so
See you,
much, bro.
everyone. See you. Bye bye.
Bye.
A lot of love to you all. Bye bye.
Bye. So, guys, that was that was Victor from India. I mean, a very successful ESL teacher here in Vietnam, and he's telling me that at least there are over around 1,000 Indians over here. I rarely see them, so I was thinking. I mean, there aren't a lot of Indians here, but he's telling me there are a number of Indians here. And Indians are doing great here in Vietnam. Anywhere you see Indians, they are really shining over there. So, guys, thank you so much for being a part of the show and for watching the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to drop another video probably by tomorrow. Yes, and that video is going to be about the ugly secret ugly secret about Vietnam teaching that you don't get to hear. So there are a lot of bad things here. There are also a lot of good things. You mostly hear of the good things here. You think everything. So I'm going to review some secrets. Some secret. That is what is going to come into my video. I've already shot the video. I'm just editing the videos. When the video comes, don't forget to like, share, and comment on the videos. And that's it. It gets me. It just I mean tells me to do more. So thanks to all of you who watched. Olamide Olusegun. Yeah, he said good information. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. And hey, so I had about a lot of about 12 people, but just 4 likes. Wow. Daniel Alex is watching, and OVNI official. I don't know if what he wrote is Spanish or. And Mitro says, "Is this stream about Vietnam or unity of Africa?" It actually has no formula. This stream has no formula. All right. Yeah. So we were just having a convo. That's why I titled it a convo. Yeah, conversation about just everything. And then start coming. Hello, watching from Ghana. All right, Ghana, 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 Ghana. Oh no, Eddie Blinks. I won't. This is not true. This is not true. This is not true. Ghana is one of the best countries. Yeah. And yeah, so that's it, guys. We are patiently waiting for that video. Oh, yes, yes. I'm going to release that video roughly tomorrow. I'm going to review secret that people don't talk about. In the meantime, like we said, my current video has to do with the converting from tourist visa to work visa. And I gave a lot of information. Don't let anybody deceive you. If a company wants to bring you to Vietnam and they ask you to come on tourist visa, don't mind them. Don't mind that company. Any company that really wants to work with you should commit themselves to working with you, but at least providing you 3 month business visa. Yeah. So that's it. If you have not subscribed yet, do well to subscribe and like the videos, share the videos, and let's make the best of our decisions. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It's 32 minutes after 10. Patrick, great information, guys. Yes, Patrick, great information. Let's see what happens. Guys, it's a bye. It's a bye. Bye-bye. Okay, let me just try and save highlight. Let me save highlight and then highlight save channel started. Let's do that last 5 minutes of your stream. Okay.